It's Friday, January 5th, 2007, and you are watching The Ointment. I'm Steve Tatum, and I'm part of a nutritious, well-balanced breakfast. Nancy Pelosi has taken the reins as the U.S. Speaker of the House, becoming the highest-ranking female elected official in this nation's history. And coincidentally, back in 1477, over there in France, was the Battle of Nancy, which resulted in Burgundy becoming part of France. All I'm saying is, don't be surprised over the next couple of years if America becomes part of France. Fridays here on the show, we take a look back at some of our favorite stories from this past week, so let's get right to it. Our top story, the new Congress has been sworn in today. The House led by new Democratic Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, who claims she can turn things around with her new 100-hour agenda. Newt Gingrich had a 100-day agenda. Pelosi's got a 100-hour agenda, so I'm going to give her 100 minutes before I write a joke about her. So here's my advice to Nancy Pelosi, because you know people are going to start picking on her. Nancy, when you start feeling down, when they publish those bug-eyed pictures of you, know that it could be worse. At least you're not Britney Spears on New Year's Eve. Here's something about Nancy Pelosi I bet you didn't know, and she has this in common with the new Democratic Majority Leader of the U.S. Senate, Harry Reid. Both of them are huge Grateful Dead fans. That's right. Now it kind of makes sense because Nancy Pelosi from the Bay Area liked the Dead, but I looked into this further, and it has something to do with Charles Rangel, who is the congressman from New York, who is the head of the powerful Ways and Means Committee. He's ascended to this role after 35 years in Congress. He's from New York, and now Ways and Means is headed up by a New Yorker. So listen to this lyric from the Dead.
New York got the ways and means.
That's right, New York's got ways and means, huh? It all makes sense. And later on in the song, there's a lyric about Democratic Senator Barack Obama, who just may be running for President of the United States. And there was a piece in the Washington Post this week about how he talked about his cocaine use when he was in high school, saying he did blow when he could afford it. And listen to this lyric. That's right, many hidden messages in the music of the Grateful Dead. Here's a story that I love. The new Democratic Congressman from Minnesota, Keith Ellison, is the very first Muslim ever elected to the Congress of the United States of America. And he wanted to do his swearing-in oath on the Quran because, well, he's Muslim. Right-wing bloggers got all upset. They wanted him to swear in on the Bible. But he's Muslim, so that would be a lie. So he went ahead and swore in on the Quran anyway. But guess whose Quran he used? Thomas Jefferson's. Who knew Thomas Jefferson hated America just as much as Keith Ellison? Now I'm going to tell you something that you probably don't know. Before each show, I take a little swearing-in oath to do my best. But since we're doing the show here in the studio in Los Angeles, I like to swear my oath in on the Final Draft software. CNN made a big goof. They put up a graphic that said, "Where's Obama?" when they meant Osama bin Laden. They later apologized to Barack Obama, the Illinois senator and potential Democratic candidate for President of the United States. Yeah, it was the biggest fiasco on television since Oprah. And finally, we wrap up each week with our news quiz question. Today's question is about Nancy Pelosi. The question is, what is Speaker Pelosi's #1 priority? Is it A, better security for our ports, B, raising the minimum wage, or C, facelifts for everyone? That wraps up another week here on The Ointment. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Steve Tatum, and that's news. Have a great weekend, everybody.
What a long, strange trip it's been.